Broadcasting live from sunny South Florida, and the best way to start your Saturday. This is KMA Talk Radio. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of fine cigars. And now your KMA crew. The man with the scoop, William Cooper. Alex the Goat Tavella. And always telling it like it is, Honest Abe Dababneh.
I like to smoke them like the Winston Churchill, like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar.
Good morning, folks, and welcome to KMA Talk Radio. This is episode 595. I will be your host this morning until Abe shows up, and he should be showing up shortly. In the meantime, I got some friends to hang out with, and let's get them in because I don't feel like sitting here to do a monologue. So joining me first is my dear friend, William the Scoop Cooper. And also joining us, a guy who's not too bad himself. He's also good looking at times. Yeah. Maybe not today, but he's still all right. He's our Fred Rewey.
Fred Rewey.
Wow.
Fred
Wow. Way to set up the appearance shaming right out of the gate. Wow.
What is going on this morning?
What a week I've had. I've had a long-ass week, and it started at the beginning of the week driving Jose and Blanco around Charlotte, and then airport delays, and because I had to travel. So I'm like, I conked out early last night.
What are you guys smoking?
Little travels.
Yeah, Fred. Oh, you inspired me. So Fred gave me my first Epernay Tuanella at the hotel in Miami, and he was really singing the praises of this cigar. And it is an excellent cigar.
Is that the second one you've had of it?
No, I've had
Okay.
many more. I've had many more of these since because I went and bought some right after we talked. I smoked it.
Have you had that one, Alex?
No.
So what I'm blown away by, I mean, one, it's a great cigar, and I expect that there's certain manufacturers, Saka, Dion, guys like that. I just expect their cigars to be good, whether it's in my profile or not, but I know they're going to be good cigars.
For sure.
But to have that is the Epernay with a different wrapper.
Not ready.
That's all it is. It's an Epernay with a different wrapper.
Looks like a little bit of darker, a little bit of more of a.
Yeah, it's not somewhat, a Maduro. Like Fred,
no, definitely not a Maduro, but
it's not a Maduro, but it's a darker wrapper.
Well, yeah, and he doesn't call it Maduro. He calls it a dark wrapper. I mean, I just would not like. I went to Dion, Dion. He's like, yeah, there's nothing changed, just the wrapper. And so I'm like, I know Dion, and we're friends, and I'm like, so what'd you change? He's like, I didn't change anything. I'm like, bro, just come on. What'd you do? Did you tweak this in the filler? That he's like, I didn't change anything. It's just the wrapper.
It's a completely different cigar. That's why.
That normally doesn't work. Like guys do that all day long on manufacturers. Like, I'm gonna throw a new wrapper on it. It normally doesn't work if you built the blend right. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
And this one, I like dramatically different. So I've got another flashback. This is AJ's Pinolero. Which now my laptop now has ashes on it. So AJ did the Pinolero in 2013, and then in 2019 he did. I just think it missed the mark because of the branding. I just think that the branding on it was like just didn't resonate with anybody. Nobody knew how to pronounce it. There's like a woman with a stick and is it a kid in the backpack? Is it a Teletubby? I don't know. So I just think it missed the mark, and it's a great cigar. In 2019 he did an event exclusive where he did a figurado of them. And someone sent me a 3-pack. A friend of mine hooked me up that's a rep. So I'm like, wow, okay.
When did New World drop?
2014.
Yeah, it was right after Pinolero.
Yeah, I had Pinolero, I thought, the year before. Yeah,
New World killed his whole portfolio for a while.
Well, yeah. I mean, price point wise, and no doubt.
Yeah.
I remember a year. What was the year, Abe? They did the price increase, and the only thing that went up was New World.
Literally.
Well, New World started basically like San Latano. I think really got hurt from New World in a lot of ways.
I think San Latano had already started to do.
I feel like Oval got pushed to the wayside.
Yeah. I think Stock and I talked about at one point. What's the lifespan of a blend? Is it 19 months before it kind of reaches a peak and trails off? I feel like the San Latano line had done that a little bit at that point, so it was a good time for another hit.
Yeah.
All
Yeah, I
right.
think that's fair. I think that's fair.
We have good morning, Abraham.
Morning, just testing there. You can hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're good.
yeah.
You're good. We have two important criminal activities I want to talk about this morning.
Ooh.
Before we
I
get
gotta
into
check.
that, I think you guys all talked about what you were smoking. And
Yo, we did. Wait, Alex, what are you smoking? We didn't hear what you were
Oh,
smoking.
Yeah.
I'm a pig. I'm smoking through the Saints and Sinners pack. It'll probably all be going by next
that-
week. It'll be gone.
That'll be my next one right after this.
Oh no, I'm a pig. This will be my next one.
Those little ones are good.
Those little ones are.
Oh.
I gotta bring you one. I gotta bring you one of these little mummy,
yeah, man,
right up your fucking size too, right up your alley.
for all the cigars you could take my office, you could bring me one.
I gotta bring one once in a while.
I love
1 to 10. Alex.
I love going into my wife's humidor, man, because it's like fucking Christmas every
She's
time
got
I
the
look
best
at
stuff.
it. Bro,
I know.
Crazy. When I digging around, I found a cigar that probably hasn't been made in maybe 3, 4 minimum years. And it was the only line to ever be featured in our Cigar of the Month Club on 6 years.
I know what it
6
is.
years.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. It's been going on 6 years, and we never repeat a line. And when I say that, we don't give you a different Vitola of the same line. Once a line is in, it's gone through the process. This cigar,
Really?
yeah, 6 years. Can you believe that, Fred?
I had no idea that was never a repetitive.
Wow,
item.
that
That's
is.
amazing.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
That's-
That's pretty impressive.
I don't think most clubs repeat a cigar in the first 6 months. I mean, I'm just telling you, I've seen it. Yeah, it was one of the things when I started our club I wanted to be adamant about. And this cigar, even though it was done early on, just like when we started our Cigar Month Club, because at that time it was one of my favorites. I'm like, okay, I got to put this out there, and I thought it'd be a nice treat for everybody. I think like a couple years later they discontinued it, and I literally bought thousands of cigars. They lasted me years. I bought thousands of cigars, and I put it in there because at that time our club had been 10
Literally in
times.
100-count coffins. It wasn't even
Yeah,
boxes.
100-count
right, Abe?
coffins. I bought them all, and I put
They
them.
weren't even boxes. It's just black.
I put it in the club one time again because it was going to be the last time anybody would ever get them. They were all gone, and it was our club was 10 times bigger. So 95% of the people who had been in the club hadn't seen it the first time around.
Right.
But
It
I
was
found-
300 at that time, right?
Yeah, I found a 702.
Nice.
This
That
is one of my,
Wow.
this is one of
Nicely.
my favorite blends. My size was the number 2. I couldn't find a number 2 in there, but I'll take the Robusto.
Yeah, they don't make those anymore.
No.
No.
Uh-huh. So that's my cigar of the day. I was excited to find that.
That's funny. It's that cigar. That's a great cigar. I don't even know if I have any more in there. The Davidoff I bought up of was the Abo Compañero. That was the one that I found anywhere. I love that cigar.
2009. That was the
Yeah,
LA2.
and I found a cabinet. Somebody had a cabinet of them somehow, and I'm like, they didn't do cabinets for these, but they had a cabinet of them, and I bought them. And that's a
Fantastic cigar. Yeah.
702 though. That is. I don't know why they got rid of that. That was a huge
Shocking.
mistake.
Maybe it was
rapper issues.
no, but then maybe the Maduro. What was that the plan? The Davidoff Maduro was replacing.
I
It
think-
came out years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
So this is what Abe is smoking. Is they had a 702 LE, and then they took the 702 wrapper, and they took white label sizes and they put it on that, and that's what Abe is smoking. It's one of those white label ones that had the 702 wrapper. But I think what happened ultimately is this was around the time Nicaragua and Escurio and Yamasa, it was competing with that. I think what happened. I think it was just competing with shelf space. It was a good cigar. I agree.
So, Alex, not to have interrupted you, but the floor is yours.
Well,
You talk-
or is the
Well,
floor
you said-
yours? Which
You said-
criminal
you said
act?
You said 2 criminal activities, so I was,
So we have your
Yeah.
criminal activity, which we should
what's the
probably
second
get
one?
first. The second one is this whole basketball gambling scene that we have to talk about.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought the criminal activity was going to be the Louvre.
Oh, there's that criminal. There's a lot of criminal activity.
I mean, yeah.
I actually thought. Well, I shouldn't say.
All right.
I'll get
Let's-
slandered
no, yeah,
if I say what I was about to say.
Abe's
I was actually gonna post the story. I was gonna post a teaser. I just I didn't get around to it. I last Friday I left for Philadelphia and with Briggs and his wife, and we were going to go to Philly. We landed in Philly and then driving to Atlantic City because we're supposed to see Joe Coy, a comedian. And
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah,
I love it when you start a story. We were gonna go do this because now I know I got a good story.
Yeah.
so, and then we're going to come back to Philly on Sunday and then fly out on Monday. So we get to Philly, and now remember, we don't have a hotel room, so everything's still in our car. We rent the car. We go to Reading Terminal and do a couple things. And then we took this really cool BYOB trolley tour. So you literally bring your own booze and you drink, and they drive you all around town. And they showed us Patty's Pub, which is where Sunny in Philadelphia, Always Sunny in Philadelphia is about, right?
Yep.
So they pointed out to us, and we're driving by it. So we finished the tour. We walked around, we went inside Betsy Ross's house for a little bit. And then as we were walking back to the car to start heading for Philly's, we didn't realize this, but we literally parked right in front of Patty's Pub, right? There was a little alleyway, and we were right there, like 10 feet from the door. So we got to come in here and have a beer, right?
Of course.
So we get in there, and the first thing I see on the bar is ashtrays. I swear to God, this is what I say. The lady behind Leticia, priceless. Leticia and Katie, the two bartenders. Leticia, if you don't know, this is like literally a straight counter, maybe 12-person bar with maybe some tables against the wall here. I mean, is your like what you would see in any movie of a little Irish pub in Philadelphia, right? And I see an ashtray on the bar, and I say to her, and this is exactly the way I said it, "What the fuck is this?" It's like she's looking at me because it's an ashtray. I said, "Yeah, I know it's an ashtray. Why the fuck are there ashtrays on the bar?" She's like, "Because you can smoke in here." I said, "Are you kidding me?" She's like, "No." And she goes, "Would you like a cigar? We got cigars." And she goes, No. She goes, "You can smoke in here. We're all out of cigars, but there's a cigar shop about a couple blocks down." I said, "Are you serious? How is this possible?" So they allow people to smoke in this bar. I guess it's been grandfathered in, or they don't give a fuck.
Wow. Could be either.
Randy and Matt go down to get cigars. Me and Trish start drinking at the bar. And this bar is really fucking hilarious. So the woman, so you got the bar, and you know how you have the part of the bar where the table comes up?
Yeah.
And then, so the waitress at this time, because Katie hasn't gotten there yet, is sitting on the other side of the armrest having cigarettes behind the bar, which you can't do. And talking to, like, you could tell the local 3 regulars, that's their seat. They sit there every fucking day, right? So like they're having their own universe, and then there's the rest of the bar. But the lady's cool, and then I see a sign. True story. And I'm looking at my glasses. I'm lifting my glasses. I finally go to Trish. I said, am I reading this right? It really says food menu behind the bar, frozen pizza, $60, hot chicken noodle soup, $35, hot dog, $45, bowl of chili, $40. So I call her over. I said, "Look, I'm pretty sure it's a ha-ha and a deterrent. But what do if somebody actually says, 'Yeah, I'll take 2 pizzas,' and wants to pay you, $120? Just we make them."
Yeah.
She goes, "I've been waiting for Dave Portnoy to come by. Swear to God." She never flinches. She goes through this whole thing. So the couple at the end of the bar decides to buy us all around. Dude, we're in this place for 20 minutes. They're already buying us around. I'm going to tell you something. I've been to Philly twice, mostly passing through, not really spending quality time. I mean, when you go to something like Twin Smoke Shop in Philly, where everybody knows you, you're not getting a city experience. You're like visiting family. So you really don't know the city, right? Because my last trip, like I spent the whole time in basically Twin Smoke Shop. But here we're in a bar, local bar, strangers. They're buying us rounds of drinks. Next thing you know, we're all drinking together. Now, one of our stops was to get a Philly cheesesteak before we went to Atlantic City that night. And we were getting ready to go out and eat. And then one of them says, "Hey, Del Rossi's got great cheesesteaks and they deliver here." And that was one of my 2 spots on my list to go to Del Rossi's. So and they had good pizza. So I ordered cheesesteaks, 2 cheesesteaks for us to split, and pizzas for Pizzas for the
You never
whole.
consulted the experts, by the way. Just
Hold on. Pizzas.
I don't know.
Well, listen, we wanted something that was on DoorDash. So it was on DoorDash. It was on my radar. The cheesesteaks were fucking really, really good. I mean, not the best we had in Philly, but it was really, really good for being drinking for a couple hours in fucking pub. Score. And the pizzas were great. All the locals love it. They all knew it. They all recommended it. Buy pizza for the whole place. We're all doing shots. We're partying. I felt like I was in Philly. It's like that's my local Philly pub now. It was like a fucking one night experience.
The city loves you.
No,
back.
we're doing shots.
Yeah.
Everybody's thanking me for the pizza. About fucking
That's
4
our
pies.
city.
Big deal.
That's our city.
Great
Yep.
time. We drive to Atlantic City. In the morning, there's something called Trunktober Fest, and it's where Lucy the Elephant is. And Marissa's been in Lucy the Elephant. It's like this 2-story elephant they built.
We'll see the elephants in Margate.
It's in Margate. It's about 30 minutes down from Atlantic City.
Yeah, not even.
And it's a 2-story elephant that's historically had a lot of significance. Some real estate developer built it so people could see the elephant from miles away. But people have lived in it. It was a speakeasy. They salvaged it. Hurricanes shattered everything. This elephant survived. So it's like a national treasure for that area. And they have this festival. It's a rinky-dink festival. There's nothing going on. We're killing time until the concert, but we end up meeting great people. So we're drinking. Bloody Marys are making bloody. They got bar outside. We're drinking. We're having a great time. The concert's about. This is where the story starts getting interesting. Concert's about. This is where it gets interesting. Yeah. I just wanted to give proper props to Philly.
So we could have joined it. We could have joined the show at 10:20.
No. I'm glad Abe is going. I'm glad Abe is going through this because we take so much crap in Philadelphia. No, this is good, Abe. Do what you're doing.
I'm gonna be honest.
Thank you. Yeah,
I had somewhat of a negative image of Philadelphia people and whatnot.
That's how it is. That's why you fall in love with
I
the
ain't gonna
city.
lie.
Yeah,
I couldn't have felt more welcoming and how awesome they were. Really a city of brotherly love. After
that's what I'm
there
telling people. That's what's so special about that city. It really is like that.
You go to New York and they know you're not from New York. They shit on you. They shit on you.
Absolutely.
You know?
And I grew up in New York. I know this, but I fell in love with Philadelphia.
We're not in Philly anymore. We've made it to the Elephant and
no, we are not.
We're out of Philly. The story is out of Philly. The story's out of Philly.
So this is where it gets good. We've been drinking a few hours, probably 3-4 hours. And we need to start heading back because the show's starting that night. So Matt's wife wants to drive. Me and Matt, we're like being two kids. All right, no problem.
Yeah, right.
So the women get in the front, me and Matt in the back of the truck. They're driving back. Matt wants to stop by a liquor store. We ran out of booze. He wants to drink a couple drinks on the ride back. So we go to a liquor store. We go on. We have a good time, buy stuff. We get in the car. And we get to Caesar's Palace right before our hotel. My wife sees a Banana Republic. She wants to buy something to wear at the concert tonight. She forgot to bring something with her. So I said, listen, you got 40 minutes. That's your time. If you're not here in 40 minutes, we're taking the car. We're going. We're going to go watch a show. So they get down. Next thing I know, they wake us up. The girls come back. I look, we're on time. Great. We go to the hotel. Everybody's getting out of the car, about to go get ready. And I start looking for my phone. Oh, where the fuck's my phone? Oh, I must have dropped it. So I start looking underneath the seat because I fell asleep. And I can't find it. So I tell Matt or my wife, call my phone, please. Or call my phone, no sound, no nothing. So the ladies start saying, well, maybe you left it in the liquor store. I said, I know I didn't leave it in the liquor store because I was using it, on the ride back. When you guys got down, I was on my phone and all this shit. So they're adamant that it's at the liquor store. She's trying to call the liquor store. I'm like, it's not at the liquor store. So I go to my wife, go upstairs, get on my iPad real quick, unlock it, pull up, find my iPhone and see where my fucking phone's at. My wife calls Matt like a minute later. She says, it's 1.5 miles away. I'm like, oh, bring the iPad down. My wife comes down. The Briggs go inside. She's in the passenger seat. I feel like fucking Inspector Gadget, I Spy. We're watching the blip move. We're following my phone, fucking around Atlantic City.
Wait a minute. Can I just back up for 1 second here?
Yeah.
As long as it's not to Philly.
I'm not going to let him live this. So you're about to go on a hunt for your iPhone. You drop Matt Briggs off. Your wife comes and Matt Briggs goes in the hotel room.
So first off, Matt Briggs was finished. and he would have been no help. And we didn't know what we were going to find.
When you say finished, I know it's all right. So Matt he's useless at this point.
Yeah, he had no, right. He didn't have a clue what's going on at this point.
That's fine. All right.
So wait.
Now I know where the story is going. Now I know where the story is going.
But hold on. But also in everybody's mind, they're thinking we're going to pick up a phone that's static somewhere that was dropped or left somewhere.
Oh, you think it's just going to be on the side of the road, sitting like
somewhere,
right? Okay, all right.
Well, what's right? Like if we at the Renaissance Festival, you would have had your iPad.
And from the iPad down to my car, the phone had moved.
It's not moving. Right.
When we got to the point where it was at, it was like a 6.
You couldn't get precise.
No, it literally was in front of 6 apartments. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta start ringing every fucking doorbell. Then my wife goes, no, it's moving. And that's when the chase starts, so it hadn't updated. So we see it stop in a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot.
Oh.
So we get into the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. Now, I shit you not. We're coming in, and I'm trying to look inside the Dunkin' Donuts, see if I could see anybody who looks shady who's got my phone. I'm driving. My wife's next to me. I pull up to, I come in. There's an open parking spot. I pull right in there. As I pull in, I swear to God, it's like a movie. I look over, and there's 2 guys on phones, and this is exactly what they do. They go, oh, shit. Like, this was the moment they realized they fucked up. One guy, I'm not expecting the guys to be in the car next to me who got my phone. I haven't figured this out yet. I see 2 guys look at me, go, oh, shit. But then the one guy takes off running, jumps out of the car. Other guy takes the car, backs up, peels out of the fucking parking lot. Now, I ain't catching nobody on foot. I fucking start chasing the guy in the fucking car. I could chase him down in the car.
Who had the phone? Which one had the phone?
Well, do you want to know or do you want to follow the story?
Well, but didn't you chase the guy that had the phone?
Okay,
either way.
I couldn't tell who had the phone.
Oh, okay. All right.
But all I know is I'm not catching no fucking 20-some-year-old on foot.
Yeah. All right.
So, and plus, I don't know where the fuck this guy's running. I could follow a car. So we follow the car. Yeah. My wife's taking a picture of a license plate, and we started screaming match on the road, right? I'm telling him to pull over. He tells me, I don't know that guy. I just picked him up. I'm like, fuck you. Pull over. And this is going back and forth. This guy swearing he doesn't know who it was. He just picked him up. Then he said, well, his real name is this. Oh, now you fucking know. I said, pull over. So this is going back and forth. I see him on the phone. Puts the phone down. He goes, all right, follow me. I'm following him no matter what. We go back to the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. The motherfucking guy's there. So now I jump out of the car. I go to the guy. Now I'm on foot. My wife's in the passenger seat of his car. I think I blocked the other guy in. The other guy parks normally. I blocked like sideways. It was a fucking little car, and the motherfucker actually got out. But now my focus is this guy because I see he's got 2 phones with him. So one of them's got to be my phone. So I start saying, hey, man, listen, I don't want a problem. I got to go see a show. You got my phone. I'll give you $100 cash. Give me my phone back. I don't want a problem. I want to go to this thing. The guy goes, fuck you. Your wife's coming out. I see what she's wearing. I want $1,000. It's $1,000. What the fuck? Your phone here. So all this shit's starting to go through my head. I'm not close enough where I could punch him. I'm not close enough where I can grab him. I don't want him to run.
No, it hurts. But you're inside the Dunkin' Donuts or like
we're
right
in the parking lot now.
You're in the parking lot.
We're in the parking lot.
So you're not inside. So a couple quick jukes. This guy's out of there. You got to play this.
He's gone. Yeah, there was a door or something like I might have like
that's right.
So you're not close enough to punch him, but you're close enough to get shot.
Yes, that's a whole other thing.
Not thinking of that.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, wait. Abe, because that was my first. I yelled at him first. But in fairness to him, at this point, the guys, and Abe didn't give this little detail, but they're basically 2 junkie guys.
Right. They went back. They went back. We've already declassified their level. So, they went back.
There's a reason why they went back. That comes later in the story.
Okay.
Oh. God.
They forgot the donuts.
Wait,
they forgot their donuts.
So, anyways. I don't want to tell this guy to go fuck himself. So I said, well, I don't even know if you got my phone. It's your phone. It doesn't look like my phone because the guy threw my case away. I don't know why. So it doesn't got a case. It doesn't got. And I said, I can't tell. So then he starts showing me, my locked screen. It looks like this, basically. He goes, it's your phone. Like,
no, he didn't. You know why he threw it away, Abe?
Why?
Because he peeled it off to see if you had a credit card behind it.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Yeah,
that's probably why. Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking
Who knew that?
$80 case. He could have fucking kept Keggy Smith.
I know.
Anyways, so I'm like, I can't see it. So I lift my glasses off because I want to take my glasses in case I get a scuffle. I can't see it, bro. I can't see that. So he gets close enough, but he's got the death grip on this phone like this. He got close enough to show me the phone. I'm edging slowly close to him. And for whatever reason, he's got his other hand floating way out here with his phone.
No.
I snatched his phone out of his hand. Because I could tell he had a loose grip. He didn't even know what happened
on that phone. He wasn't focused on that phone.
Yeah, he wasn't focused. He was just death gripping this one. This one's just like floating out here. I just fucking snatched it. Now the kid's pissed. He wants his phone back. I was like, fuck you. Give me my phone back. He goes, you first. I said, you're the fucking thief. Give me my fucking phone back. Now my wife comes out of the car screaming. Now I got to deal with my wife. Like, get back in the fucking car, please. I need to pay attention to one guy at a time.
Right.
So now the guy charges me to get his phone back. So as he's charging me to get his phone back, I got my hand on my phone now. And I got a scar here. I don't know it's going to come up on camera because of my ring, because we're all squeezing the fucking phone so tight. And we're fucking literally like fucking sumo wrestling in a fucking parking lot trying not to go on the ground to get the goddamn phones. And meanwhile, there's a crackhead lady that's been on the corner the whole fucking time smoking cigarettes, just watching this whole fucking fight go down, right? So finally, I don't know what to do. I'm thinking like, do I just start wailing on this guy? Do I take him down?
Right.
I'm thinking like a 50-year-old now. A 30-year-old guy wouldn't have thought of nothing. Like, I got a show in fucking 45 minutes. Do I want to go to fucking call the cops? Fucking police report? Right? So I just fucking give him a quick elbow because I don't want to let go of the phone. Jar him enough, he lets go of my phone. First thing that he says, any money? Anybody want to bet?
Well, I know.
Well, what about my $100?
Oh my God! Give me $500 for your phone.
I said, well, that was my mistake. I should have taken his phone. I should have never given his phone back. Yeah. That's right.
In the moment, you got what you got.
I'm looking at my phone. I see all my Apple Pay money still there. So I'm thinking he could have just texted that to himself. I'm like, he probably didn't have it. He's only had this phone for about an hour and 15 minutes tops now. Okay. So I'm thinking I got my phone, no harm, no foul. I told him, get the fuck out of here. That was when you peacefully would have given back to me. Now, get the fuck out of here. The guy takes off running. We go back. Brandy goes upstairs to change. I don't need to change. I'm like, I'm fine. Briggs were downstairs. We're eating. I get a call. Hello. Yes, hi. This is Antico. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I'm wondering when you're going to come up pick up your order. I said, pick up what order? I said, who is this? She's like, where are you located? Oh, we're here in Atlantic City. I said, yeah, you ordered on DoorDash. I said, give me a minute. This motherfucker had 3 pending food orders. He was at Dunkin' Donuts to pick up 2 lattes and a dozen donuts. So this is when I realized what happened. When I fell asleep in the garage, the window was down. I'm playing a game. Now, pay attention, all you phone users, because this is something I did not know until this moment. If you're playing a game on your phone, it does not self-lock.
Correct.
I don't play games on my phone, so this is news to me.
Yeah,
okay.
Makes sense.
So it doesn't self-lock. So when I fell asleep playing the game, these motherfuckers were going from car to car in the parking garage looking to probably unlock cars, saw me there. Fucker reaches through the car window, takes my unlocked phone. So now he has my phone unlocked.
Wow.
Most times in these situations, when they steal your phone, it's a locked phone. They know they can't do nothing with it.
Right.
They fucking reset it and sell it for $200-$300, or they can get for a fucking stolen phone. This guy's got my phone, which is one of the reasons why the moron, when we're pinging the phone, making the phone sound, it says iPhone. He still left it on.
Right.
He turns it off. I can't find the guy. So, and then he's not going to the other door dashes because he thinks at this point I know where he's going, so he figures I'm going to be waiting for him at whatever restaurant. But I've learned you could buy an iPhone 15 with DoorDash because there was an iPhone 15 in the shopping cart for a Best Buy.
Sure.
No.
So, and for all you DoorDash people who use DoorDash, if they get into your phone, DoorDash doesn't verify a sale. So in other words, if you buy anything on DoorDash and you click to buy it, there's no Face ID, there's no enter a password, there's no thumbprint. It just charges your card.
Yeah, because DoorDash doesn't.
You're already.
It's not.
Well,
it's not Apple Pay.
your
Your credit cards in their system, right?
Yeah, and you're already unlocked your phone, so they assume that you've already done that.
Exactly. Man, so now my night's ruined. Now I got to go back, start doing some fucking sleuthing investigation to see what he's gotten into. Looking through every open app he left. Like he went into my Cash App. I haven't used Cash App in 10 years. There's nothing connected to it. It was dead, but it was open. You know, he was looking through everything. So I end up not going to the show. I tell my wife to go with the Briggs. She doesn't go. And this guy ended up somehow using 2 of my credit cards. Now, I don't know if it's a coincidence. I don't know the story, but all I can tell you is this. The only 2 credit cards he was able to do anything with were the 2 that were in my Apple Wallet. Couldn't do anything with the Apple card that was on my Apple Wallet, but the 2 credit cards is what he did. And I'll tell you something interesting too. We have an Amazon card that we use for the business, and we got a lot of points on it. And I wait till we need something big or whatever, and I buy it and I don't pay for it. This guy, for a junkie, was pretty intelligent because I never knew you could do this. You could reclaim those points and just have them send wire money to your bank account, which he attempted to do. About $1,300 worth of points.
Wow.
So, yeah, we caught it, but he was able to somehow trick Chase to resetting it because they probably texted an alert to my phone, which he said yes. Downloaded the Chase app on his iPhone 14. So even after I took my phone, he had a new login and everything on his phone for my Chase credit card.
Wow.
Yeah, because it tells you what devices are logged in.
Right.
So I had to kick his device out. I had to reach it. It ended up being a little bit of fucking a nightmare. First and last time in Atlantic City.
Yeah, I mean that explains why you were at a Dunkin' Donuts. That was my first question when you told me. Why is he at a Dunkin' Donuts off the boardwalk?
Right.
I mean, it was day. It wasn't night. I didn't feel scared. But,
Right.
But no, I mean I understand that.
But I got to tell you something. It was almost karma because the second we get to Atlantic City, I literally start saying, man, every fucking single person I talk to tells me that Atlantic City is a shithole. Ain't that bad? He's not that bad. Fucking shithole.
It's a shithole. I mean, the only place we would stay in Atlantic City is the Borgata, which
that's where everybody stays.
Yeah, I mean the Borgata is nice, but that's not even on the boardwalk.
It's on the marina, right?
Yeah.
We stayed at Oceans. We stayed at Oceans, which was nice, but that's because that's where the show was. We just thought it'd be easy.
Yeah, I get that.
That's really why we were going there.
Yeah. No, that's nice.
Yeah, that was my fucking. And then the problem is after that happens, every fucking thing that's happening puts you on DEFCON fucking 5, right? So the other day, my wife gets a thing. Oh, someone has logged into your Amazon Prime near Boynton Beach. So the first thing I say, maybe Marissa's ordering something for the shop. I call her and I say, hey, did you? No, I wouldn't. I haven't been on it all day. I was like, what the? So now we're changing the company password, my personal password.
Right.
Meanwhile, the night before, Petra asked me for the password so she could watch The Boys. And I gave it to her, and I forgot, and that was it. But everything's triggering now. Every little fucking scam text I get, it's all triggering.
Abe, listen, this is a great story. We love you and all, but honestly, that could have been a lot worse situation.
I did it. I did that in the office.
Listen, I know.
I did
that. You're all right. You're all right. Absolutely right. I'm not arguing the point, but Alex, you would have been fucking all over it. You're not thinking that in the moment.
No.
You know what?
Listen, when I see who it is, yes, but that's why I said once I see who it is, because it could have been a very different person.
But also, let me tell you something. There's a tone to the situation, right? Because Alex said they have guns. Now, I don't know what I'm walking into, but when I pull up, that motherfucker's got a gun. He's not jumping out and running like a bitch. So you already know that they're scared of you. They're running away, so I didn't feel.
Yeah, but
the guy's on crack.
But here's the point. Yeah. But it's right there. It's that guy's running like a bitch, or that guy gets and blows your fucking brains out right there on the spot in Atlantic City.
Honestly, You know what you do? You remote erase it from your iPad and you go buy a new iPhone.
I get it.
And then you would have seen the show.
The truth is too, Abe. Yeah,
but you want to know what, Fred? Let me tell you something. But here's the thing. because he tried charging thousands of dollars on the Chase card. There was a lot of it.
Right.
It was going on for hours until he realizes that it was over. Even if I raced my iPad, and then I would have felt secure. He would have had all Saturday, all Sunday, and all Monday with the app on his phone with the new username and password.
Well, that's a
the
different.
only way I learned that was I had my own phone to go look at it.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I
yeah.
wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, you still have that problem. Yeah.
Truth is, if your phone isn't unlocked in your hand, he probably don't even take that risk. I mean, listen, nowadays, getting a locked iPhone stole. You got to have a guy who's a phone store.
Gary.
Yeah,
Gary, our local IT guy. That's a good tip.
Yes,
I actually use that.
Yeah, but that's like it. When I don't do that, because then like, well, what am I going to do? Yeah, I guess you should on your. Well, what are you going to put it on?
You don't got to do it. I put it on DoorDash. Can't open DoorDash without Face ID.
Yeah.
Oh
that
yeah,
way.
DoorDash. Because I was going to say any of my banking
there's
apps use the Face ID, but
for. That's a great tip.
DoorDash is a good one because that's anything you can buy something on that doesn't require Face ID.
Bro, and it's not just food. This guy was ordering electronics from Best Buy.
No, Amazon doesn't require Face ID. Any of the
Amazon's a perfect one.
Yeah, anything, any app. You're right. Any app that you can buy something on probably doesn't require your credit card.
Most
apps,
don't.
Banking
Most
apps
don't.
will, but yeah, most of those apps that you're just signing into from your phone. But yeah, if it's not open, Abe, he may not go for it. I mean, I'm telling you now. You
Can you imagine if I woke up with his arm coming through the fucking car window?
Right, that's what I'm saying. It had.
I opened that door so fast I knock him in the next week.
Right, your phone being open, being unlocked, made it worth the risk for him. I mean, listen, seriously, you steal an iPhone, you gotta know a guy who has a phone store who's willing to buy a stolen phone, who can figure out how to unlock it and get it.
Yeah.
That shit was open. This guy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's hard.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Listen. This guy was trolling through cars in a fucking Caesar's Palace.
No shit.
He's got all the connections already. He knows how to flip anything.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, but that's a dangerous proposition. I'm gonna snatch it out this guy's hand. It being open and knowing I'm gonna have back makes the guy say, this is worth the risk. Fuck it. I'm gonna go for it.
I'm in a parking garage. Am I fucking worried about the window being fucking down? Fucking A.
Wow.
By the way, people, just that same thing applies to ads too. If an ad, which usually is with the game, but like if it's an ad, your phone will stay open even after the ad plays, and you still have to click like the X, or it'll just stay open.
Yeah.
It doesn't for whatever reason. Games, it goes into like game mode or something. Yeah, and it like stays open.
Well, I think because the game operates in the background constantly.
Yeah,
so
right. That's what I'm saying.
It goes active.
It's active, right? It's doing something.
Yeah, maybe it just thinks you're really shitty at playing the game and you haven't done anything for a while.
Right.
That was my first and last trip to Atlantic City, and maybe Jersey altogether.
No,
it's not much.
You're not missing much. You could go see any show, right? That's in Atlantic City somewhere else. That's my point.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
On that BYOB tour. So they were really funny. It was almost like the comedians on tour. Everybody's drinking. Everybody's having a good time. There are people from Oklahoma. There are people from all over. He asked where you're all from. It was really one of the funnest kind of, when you do those like city shit.
Cheesy,
this is a lot of fun. I recommend it to anybody, even Philadelphians.
Is this the one where you have to help pedal?
No. It's literally looks like a trolley. It's a trolley that they drive.
Okay.
There's a driver. There's a guy in the front.
Yep.
And they make 3 or 4 pit stops, and they show you the sights. But they let you drink. So everybody's drinking. There was these 2 blonde women. One was from Gary, Indiana. I think the other one was from Oklahoma. Blonde friends. I'm not bullshitting you, bro. They started with a magnum of white wine each, and they finished fucking both bottles.
Wow.
And they're actually kind of good looking for their age. I mean, I'm just saying. But they were having a great time. So he says something about Jersey on this tour. Now, if you really wanted to say, like, argue that, hey, we're not a shithole, this girl wasn't it. First thing she does is go, do you like your produce?
Huh?
Yeah. Do you like your produce? He's caught off guard. He's like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Jersey's it's a garden state. We provide all your produce. So if you like he goes, no, I fucking hate vegetables. Bro, it was fucking hilarious. And this girl goes on this tirade for 10 minutes on how you can't say Jersey. He said something negative about Jersey and went off. And she was like probably a perfect example of fucking what you would find in Jersey. It was fucking hilarious. And he just wasn't taking it. He wasn't throwing it right back at her. It was funny. and her husband's sitting next to her the whole time. They've been newly married. And I'm like, bro, you got that for life. You got that for life.
For life.
Life. Bad choice.
She's all yours.
She's all yours, buddy. Bad choice.
All right, so where'd you eat? You didn't do a lot of eating. You ate at the Knicks. You went to the Knicks. Good.
You went to the Knicks.
You met the guy. That was good.
Yes.
The Knicks is a good spot for Reading.
The Knicks is good. The Knicks is good. Yeah, I agree.
The Knicks wasn't always there. The Knicks was a South Philly spot for a long time. So the Knicks is legit.
So we went to John's Pork, different kind of sandwich. You know,
John's
pork
Yeah,
down in
yeah.
South Philly. Oh, okay.
What did you get? Did you get the?
What'd you get?
cheesesteak?
What'd you get?
the pork with the broccoli rabe and the spinach.
You got the roast pork.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
It's really good. It's really good.
You should have got a cheese.
You should have got the cheesesteak. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Well, everybody told me to get the fucking roast pork.
I mean,
You
I
didn't talk-
agree. I get.
You didn't talk to me.
He did.
But I'm gonna tell you hands down, hands fucking down. I got videotape. The best Philly I ever had, and I think I might put it up against Moderano's because before that was my favorite Philly of all time. Angelo's.
Very good. Angelo's is excellent.
Let me tell you something. First off,
Yeah,
it's a
Angelo's
fucking
is
machine
excellent. Yep.
operation. It's in a little neighborhood.
Yep.
So you're never gonna fucking park
Yep.
nowhere. Okay, cash only, and nowhere to sit. People are just sitting on the sidewalk eating.
Yep.
And even though there was a line, they fucking move you, bro. You go in, you place your order, then they text you when it's time to pay. You go up, you pay. It's the whole waiting area is maybe 8 by 8 square feet. The rest of it's all restaurant. They got fucking 30 people working back there. And we ordered a grandma's pie, and it was a great pie. It was a great
Now
pie.
they have great cheesesteak there too.
Well, we went for the cheesesteak, but I heard great things about the pizza, so we had to get a grandma's pie. Fucking phenomenal. It was a grandma, thin but square. The bread was fluffy. It didn't feel doughy. It was delicious. But the cheesesteak, seeded roll, Cooper Sharp, long hots,
Yeah.
fucking stellar. It was a great.
For people who are following Terrence Riley, this is the places that Abe are going to. These are the type of places that you go for cheesesteak, not where Terrence goes. So I want to make that.
I'm telling you, it was.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, man. And listen, the guy makes a good product. He does. He makes a fantastic sandwich.
Look at that. Yeah, that's look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
But he is really a testament of the power of Dave Portnoy. Portnoy put him on the
map.
Angelo's?
Yeah.
Angelo's. Yeah.
Now, supposedly, if my data is correctly somewhere, the guy who used to run there or work there, started it. He's the guy that opened up the cheesesteak shop with Bradley Cooper.
Danny's, yes. Danny is the guy that owns Angelo's, yes. Yeah. And now he's got the spot in New York with Bradley Cooper. But yeah, Portnoy put him on the map.
Best cheesesteak I can remember having in a very fucking long time.
I would.
Anybody wants to bust my balls?
I'm not.
I go John. I still go John's. I still go John's over this
I'm
one.
just not a fan of the Cooper Sharp. I'm not a fan of the Cooper Sharp.
Are you a wit? Are you a wit?
See, you say that, but you don't know what that means.
I know what it is.
With
You're
wit.
asking me if I'm a wit. Wit is
No,
onions.
you like it with wit.
Wit is
whiz.
onions. No.
That's onions. That's onions.
Wit is onions.
Yeah.
Oh
whiz
yeah,
is
okay,
onions.
definitely.
Cheese
onions.
comes first. It's
Yeah.
whiz
That's
wit.
you-
No, I'm
yeah.
a provolone wit. guy.
Oh, provolone.
Provolone
Okay.
wit. Yeah.
Okay.
Cooper Sharp just gets too saucy when it melts for me. It gets very cheesy, saucy.
I'm a provolone guy. I'll try it with
I'm
a provolone. I'm not against that, but definitely.
I don't hate the Cooper Sharp, but
I would never put
it's
cheese
too-
whiz on it.
Listen, I don't mind if it had it,
Yeah.
but I don't.
That
number one,
old
just
school, because some of them are
listen,
still hardcore cheese whiz. I'm like,
for
wow.
sure.
Did you?
For
Wow.
me,
Okay, you
that
know what they have.
cheesesteak's messy enough. Whiz puts it over the top. That's half the reason I don't want a fucking Whiz cheesesteak. It's just a mess. But yeah, I don't care for Whiz.
You know what Angelo's has really good? A tuna hoagie. Now, hear me out. It's not tuna with mayo. It's with the olive oil they make it, and you get some of the hot peppers
really?
on that.
And
it's great during Lent. Great during Lent.
Who
Yeah.
the fuck goes gets a tuna fucking sandwich?
Abe.
You know who? Abe, the people that can eat at Angelo's every day. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
probably.
during Lent,
Yeah,
during
yeah,
Lent,
yeah.
Abe, it was a great.
Probably.
It was a great option during Lent if you didn't want pizza.
I mean, I can't waste my fucking calories if I don't fucking tuna sandwich. I'm in town visiting.
When listen, I'm just telling you, it's because it's not your stereotypical tuna sandwich is what I'm telling you, and you get it with the roasted peppers on it, the long hots, and it's really
For me, long hots was magic.
long hots are absolutely
Long hots
that's the
and
secret
is
ingredient
magic.
at Angelo's.
It's fucking magic.
Yeah.
It's magic. You know, and it's really funny because I like a cheesesteak sandwich. I really do. I think a cheesesteak is a great sandwich, but it's 9 out of 10 times disappointing.
It's the bread. It's mostly the bread.
And let me
When
tell
you
you,
get it with
sometimes
bread,
it's
like
the
at
meat,
Angelo's, when you
sometimes
get it
it's
with-
the meat.
And even Angelo's, the bread you got it at the Knicks, although it was good bread, it was not the same as the bread you got at Angelo's and John's.
No, the
That
Knicks
bread
was,
makes
the,
that fucking sandwich.
the bread at the Knicks was ordinary,
It was-
but it
it was
tasted
ordinary,
great.
and-
but it tasted great.
Yeah, it was
Knicks
enough.
is fine.
And
Knicks is
it holds the sandwich together. That's the important.
Yeah.
It's not the
Yeah,
same
that was a
as
messy
fucking-
sandwich. But
Yeah.
we got the Italian sandwich with the broccoli rabe and long hots. It was
Yeah.
fucking great. It was a great
From
sandwich.
Angelo's.
No, that's what we got from the Knicks.
That's the Knicks.
Full- They have an Italian pork sandwich with
Yeah.
broccoli
Long
rabe
hots
and
and- yeah.
long hots. It was delicious.
Typically, it's like in Philadelphia, you see John's Roast Pork, Angelo's, Del Sandro's. Those are like the ones that are usually the ones always at the top.
I think my last trip to Philadelphia, Twins and whatever, it could be 8 to 10 years ago. It was literally right before we had the Renzulli cigars. Were you working for me then or no? Alex, when we had the Renzulli cigars.
No.
Yeah, we carried the Renzulli cigars for a while. We bought them
Yeah,
in.
I know. I'm the reason you brought them in. I
I just asked if you were working for me when we had them in.
No,
couldn't-
I wasn't. I was a customer.
Oh,
I was
customer.
I told
Okay.
Kenny, what the fuck? It's an Espinosa product. I'll buy him.
Yeah.
I've had
So-
a couple, a little bit.
So we bought
We
them in
just
after my
celebrated
visit.
10-year anniversary of that cigar, by the
Absolutely.
way. Congratulations, Anthony.
I went to Pat's. One of the most disappointing experiences I ever had. That was one of that was awful, bro. We
Here's
had
the thing,
awful-
Abe. Here's the thing about Pat's. 1 a.m, it's a really good cheesesteak for 1 a.m. is what I tell
Fucking
her.
White Castle.
That's-
She's a good
that's-
hamburger
yeah,
at
yeah,
fucking
what-
1 in the
yeah.
morning.
No, no,
That's
no,
not-
no.
It's better than anything you'll get at.
No,
it's-
no. I'm not gonna let.
no.
you
It's
do
not
that
White
to
Castle.
Pat.
No.
We're not
No.
gonna. We're not gonna do that to Pat's. No.
At 1
It's-
a.m, I
No,
would challenge. And you
no.
can't find a cheesesteak in anywhere in the country as good as
Listen,
that. Still
I'm
1
not
a.m.
saying anything other than I found it disappointing. That's all.
I
It wasn't a
agree.
disgusting-
I agree.
It wasn't a
100%.
disgusting sandwich.
I agree.
It wasn't an awful sandwich. I was just disappointed.
There's better
I,
places.
I
It
did not
doesn't live
say,
up to the
"Ooh,
hype."
I want another one of those right now.
It does not live up to the hype.
No. No.
Yeah, but see that
Yeah.
Pat's
Hey,
is.
hold on. Gary, Craig, the last round of bread they make is at 5:30. They make bread all the way till they
All
close.
day.
You
Yeah.
order a sandwich at 6:00, you're getting a fresh bread.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a machine.
Yeah, but Craig, is he making his own bread or is he getting Sarcones and just baking it in his shop? Is he actually making his own bread?
Well, I
'Cause he's
can't
fucking-
tell you he's
because
making
he's
the
two
dough.
doors down. He's 2 doors down from Sarcones.
I'm
You're gonna tell me
okay
he's
with that
making his
though.
own bread?
I'm okay. I don't care. As long as you're breaking it right there, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
No. Listen, I get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
Sarcones is the bread.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the bread
sure.
of the city. So that's what I'm saying. He's 2 doors down from
Yeah,
Sarcones.
that's
He's
fine.
making
Yeah.
his own bread.
He might be
That's great.
buying
It-
the dough
it-
there, but he's baking them there.
Yeah.
If you're
Okay.
getting good dough and you're baking it on site, that's still a prop.
100%. But I mean, the good dough
Well,
is 2 doors down.
two
It's
doors
literally
down.
2 doors down. It's
2 doors
Sarcones
down.
bakery.
You're not using their bread. That's a huge fail right there.
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying because it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
bread. Sarcones
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
they have to be. They have to be.
he's involved in baking it. So yeah, I would assume. I guarantee he's.
He's getting the dough.
Look,
moving
Craig
the
is
2
the
doors
guy,
down,
man.
baking.
Or he
Craig's the guy.
probably worked with them on his cheesesteak bread.
Sure,
But I'm not telling you,
yeah,
Sarcones
yeah.
is right. It's 2 doors down.
Yeah,
He would be still
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
All
First
I
of all,
know,
to even have it
phenomenal bread on that
clog up
cheesesteak.
his oven.
Yeah.
But it's a tough spot to get to, and it's a tough
It-
spot. If you're not living there, it's real
That's-
hard
yeah,
to get to.
walking-
So-
that's
No delivery, no nothing, no credit cards, all cash.
yeah. He's
Walk
like
up.
he's like essentially he's maybe a block north of the north end of the Italian market. He's like that. He would be like so like that's his walk-in traffic would come from 9th Street, and they know that he's right up the street.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
there ain't no fucking place to park over there.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get him as often as even when I go, I rarely get him because there's no.
No,
park.
there's no. We got lucky. We dropped Briggs and Trish off. My wife and I drove around, and we just after 10 minutes of driving, we found a fucking spot.
I
We
just
got
Uber.
lucky. Somebody left.
I just
Third
Uber
day.
over there. I'll
Yeah,
just Uber
yeah.
over there.
Right,
I won't
yeah.
even mess around anymore.
Well,
Even
we
from
didn't know what we were
St.
going into,
Yeah.
so we had no idea. Now we
Yeah.
kind of have an idea. But once again, man, props to Philly. Love that town.
It's a great.
I have
Yeah.
a new affinity and love for Philadelphia.
I love it.
I didn't have.
Cooper,
so.
you got to try the skinny. You got to.
I was just going to ask Abe because that's my goal. I'm hearing great things about Skinnies.
What Skinnies?
Skinny Joey's cheesesteaks. Joey
Listen,
Molino.
everyone who's gone has
Phenomenal.
told me very high praise for Skinny Joey's. Yeah, That's Joey Merlino's cheesesteak place.
Well,
Yes.
the guy from the Knicks. Oh gosh, I'm having a brain fart.
Rich, Rob, something.
Oh, it's
Rich,
in my phone.
Rob,
Hang on.
Rick,
Drew.
Drew,
stuff.
way off. Oh.
Yeah.
Not even close.
He recommended that we should try the cheesesteak that was in the Reading Station. I forgot what it was called. And I'm like, yeah, we really want to go to one of these two places. Yeah, there was a cheese. He said it was pretty good. I read about it. It was all right, but we wanted to save it for the spots that we had on our radar.
Yeah.
But I read about it. It's supposed to be pretty good. They I guess they do a lot of cheesesteaks out of that place. I thought you guys would know what it was. Uncle something maybe or something.
Uncle Oogie's?
Man, I don't know. It was in Reading Station.
Maybe Uncle Oogie's. Reading Station. I don't know. Speaking of which, Cooper, I will say Netflix documentary. They just did Merlino Stanford Wars. It was actually pretty good.
I have to watch that still.
They actually did a good job.
That's on my list to watch. I watched the Montreal Expos one.
I saw that. I want to watch that.
It's really good. I
Uncle
watched
Gus.
it while I was traveling.
Uncle Gus.
Oh, Uncle Gus, I heard. That's reasonably.
Yeah.
That's the Reading Station.
Uncle Gus. He told us to stop at Uncle Gus. We didn't, but
Yeah.
Uncle Gus.
he told us
Yeah,
to.
that was good, Cooper. I saw that last night.
It's, they I wish they wouldn't keep going flashback. They should have just went straight through with it. But it's really good. You feel for that. You know, Alex, in 1980, Montreal was our rival. They were our biggest rival when we won the World Series.
Right.
You feel for that. You actually felt for that. I hated them, and I actually felt bad for what happened to them. Yeah, they just poor people running that team. They killed it.
Yeah, that's one I got to watch. But yeah, the Skinny documentary was actually really good.
I got to check that one out.
They did a good job.
Well, our pretty much got eaten up by crime stories.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, and we got more. We got more
one story. One story. That was one
Only
story.
A lot of crime.
Well,
It really-
that's the most important thing.
It really was a surreal story, man.
Yeah,
Hard to
I mean,
believe.
That's crazy.
Crumbs. Ruin the whole trip. They really
Didn't think I'd be getting in a fucking scuffle in a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot at
In
53
Atlantic
years
City.
old in Atlantic City.
Right? In daytime.
I'm trying to think of the last time I was really in a physical that, wasn't like, there wasn't the night, I had scuffles in the shop with Jay and whatever, but like a real
Yeah, that don't count. Real.
Right,
Yeah,
that don't count.
Yeah,
It's
I
got to
know.
be in my 20s. It's
Yeah.
got to be in my 20s. I mean, I can't remember.
Leave it to friggin' Atlantic City.
Right?
There you go.
It's got to be in my 20s last time I had to actually get physical with anybody. Anyways, that being said, we got a lot more coming up. What? You want to say
I
something?
was just gonna. Oh, if we had 2 minutes to kill, I was gonna.
Go ahead,
say-
kill it. We got 3
No,
minutes.
no. Okay, so you spent a reasonable amount of time in Atlantic City, right?
A day. All day Saturday. We got there Friday night.
Right or
all day
wrong?
Saturday.
Right
Yeah.
or wrong? The
Yeah.
entire fucking place smells like weed. The entire place.
Yeah.
Like the
I didn't
entire.
catch it.
And there was. Yeah.
I didn't
Really?
catch it. No, neither did we.
Really?
Yeah, my last time
Okay,
there
so
was.
so you got to
Wow.
remember, we got there
Oh,
late
well, you
Friday.
know what else? You know what else too? See, it's weird because we're opposite. You're off season up there.
Yeah, we got there late Friday, so the hotel didn't smell like weed. The resort didn't smell like weed, and then Saturday we spent all day in Margate.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And then we
You
come
weren't-
back to Atlantic City, and then I have the whole fucking ordeal, and we leave the next morning. So it's
Right,
not like we
you
walked
weren't-
around in
Plus,
Atlantic
like I
City.
said, you're off season too. It's not summertime.
So wait a minute.
Everybody's-
Are they off tourist season or off weed season? Just so I have clarification here. I don't.
No,
Is there a
they're all-
season?
everybody stops going to like Atlantic City,
Right.
Wildwood, and all that after Labor Day. It kind
Yeah.
of
Okay. Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
much-
so now you're really just there with the dregs, the degenerates, and the junkies.
Yeah.
So
A couple
much-
of people want to watch Joe Coy.
My dad, he used to love Atlantic City. He got so fed up. That's when we had the family place in Brigantine from after that, because he just got tired of it. Yeah, and this is before Borgata came.
so much undeveloped property there,
Yeah,
and so much pretty stuff there. It just looks like, hey, we started to do something, and everybody just stopped in the middle of it.
It's a
That's what Atlantic City looks like.
No,
We're gonna
yeah,
develop-
you're right.
We're going to develop this beautiful thing, and then halfway they just said, fuck it, and just left
You
it the way it
know,
was.
I think it's it's almost what happened, Abe, and they doomed it from the start. It's like they developed the boardwalk and said, "Okay, we're done. The rest of the city can figure it out."
Yeah.
And that's really what happened because Atlantic City, once the casinos came, like it's supposed to be the East Coast Las Vegas, and they just they left the rest of the city. The boardwalk looked great. They left the rest of the city
hotels look
underdeveloped.
The hotels are nice. They look nice. Why not just, you figured the hotels would want the fucking rest of the city to get developed.
No, you're right. I put a lot on the hotels too. Yeah.
It's got to be politics. I mean, they could make something really nice there. They have the space. They have the land. It's there.
Yeah. Yeah.
They could make something really, really nice there, but you got to relocate fucking a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
But they did it in West Palm. City Place was crack central when I moved here. Downtown City Place, it was the hood. Like the most dangerous area you can go in West Palm Beach. You know?
Yeah. It just takes a lot of relocating. Like you can't keep I feel like they just keep starting at the boardwalk and trying to work their way out. You need to work on that fucking city, man.
I just don't know how the casinos don't fight for it, because you got these nice palaces they built in the middle of a shithole. Like literally.
I mean, there were these casinos that went up. Like the big one was when Trump built the Taj Mahal. That was supposed to be the crown jewel of Atlantic City.
Yeah.
And it was such a bust. And I think there was a lot of mismanagement of these casinos too.
I'll tell you what, the service in the casino, even though they try to make it Vegas-esque, and let me tell you something, Vegas post-COVID, my experience is fucking service sucks.
Yeah.
Right.
It's nowhere close to even post-fucking COVID Vegas. I mean,
Borgata.
That's Borgata's supposed to be. Borgata is supposed to be the Vegas experience.
Borgata is I would say the closest thing to the Vegas experience you'll get.
Yeah.
And it's a nice hotel. It is a nice.
All right, everybody. We're going to take a short break because we got to pay the bills. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. But until then, everyone, keep it lit. Honest Abe here with the GOAT to tell you about Smokin's Cigar of the Month Club. Alex, tell our fans out there why our club is the best darn club out there.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you why. Because every month I personally handpick 5 premium cigars. No filler, no fluff, no fugazis. These are all premium handmade name brands that you can find in any brick and mortar store in your area. All delivered to your door for $34.95. And our average monthly retail value since the inception of our club has been almost $57. Another great feature of our Cigar of the Month Club, Alex, tell them about the ease of our Cigar of the Month Club. I'll tell you, I hate subscription services. It's always a pain to cancel them, turning them on. We've made it super simple. All you gotta do is log into your account. There's a little green button there. If it's green, you're active. You want to take a break, going out of town, simply hit the button and you'll deactivate your membership. Want to turn it back on? The exact same easy process. You can turn it right back on. We've made it that easy for you. Another great feature is our Double Down Club. Alex, tell them about the Double Down Club. We had so many of our members reach out to us who really enjoyed our selections every month. They wanted to know there was a way they can get two, and we've made that very simple. With a simple check mark, you can get double this great selections every month and save $10. Does our club have perks? Of course it have perks. You want to tell them about the perks? As a member of our club, every month there's a special discount code where if you like any of the selections, we will offer them to you, so you want to come and get some more, you can get them at a special discounted rate for our Cigar of the Month Club members. And finally, expedited shipping. Tell them how fast we get the stuff out, Alex. We get the stuff out on the 28th of every month. Our membership bills on the 28th, and we get every member's package out on the 28th if it's a shipping day. 5 great reasons on what makes Smokin' Cigar of the Month Club the best club out there. Check it out. Peace. Hey, I really appreciate you doing the video with me. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. I mean, you didn't let me get a word in, but
whatever.
What? Yeah, that went great. It's perfect.
Welcome back to hour 2 of KMA Talk Radio, everyone. Before we get a little further, I was thinking about something during the break because, I have to really give props to my wife, that whole Atlantic City incident, because that was something that we have never experienced as a couple. That was something that my wife never saw me have to interact with like that. And, she wasn't one of those wives that, stop it, honey, being a distraction. She was getting out of the car to brawl with this guy. I had to tell her to get back in the car. Didn't get in my way, didn't handle it, didn't lecture me when I got back in the car. I mean, she felt pretty violated. I think she took it more personally than I did, that someone reached in their car, but it's nice to know what you got in situations like that. At 53 years old, you don't know. And, 20 years with this woman, basically, 30 years with this woman, basically. And that was the first time we had that kind of experience, and it's good to know what you got at your side. So
absolutely.
Kudos to my wife on that, because you don't know how a woman is going to react, and it's justifiable. They're scared, or they're overreact, or they interfere or try to get in your way, and she handled it great. So I have to give her some props on that. So Alex,
I don't have a name that jam.
You don't have a name that jam?
Nah, fuck the yeah.
All right. So what was your stories that you had? You had a couple of things you.
Oh, these NBA thing.
Oh yeah, more criminal activities. All right, let's.
Oh yeah, I heard something about the gambling scams or whatever. Is that what you guys talking about?
So,
I heard about that.
I mean, this is big news, man. So
this is
current Hall of Fame player and current NBA head coach Chauncey Billups, along with Terry Rozier and a couple other guys, have been indicted in this large-scale gambling operation, including sports bettings with accusations of games being fixed. Terry Rozier calling himself out of games, claiming injuries. So guys were hitting prop bets, betting his under points scored for the night. Then they had poker games going on with X-ray poker tables and contact lenses.
Like a whole racket, like a whole fucking
whole racket.
Yeah.
I mean, were they not making enough money in the NBA? I don't get it.
I have a theory. Here's my theory. Because how does a guy like Chauncey Billups, listen, I know you're not a big, but this guy's a star. And he's
Hall of Famer. Now he's a head coach.
Why is a guy like Chauncey Billups doing X-ray machines?
You think they were coerced?
Here's what I think. Because yes, it's a mob
Yeah.
bust. This is a mob
this
bust.
is much bigger. It's going to be
Those guys are all degenerates, man.
Yeah.
I bet you Chauncey Billups or one of those, they got pretty deep in on sports betting. Listen, just because them guys are worth millions don't mean they got $500,000 to pay to, Johnny Mama.
Right.
They're like, so it was, okay, here's how we're going to pay this debt off. We're going to set up these games. You're going to win and pay us until you pay us off. Because I just thought, like, why else does a guy,
That's what I'm saying.
celebrity, get involved in, like, again, degenerates, I get. They blow their money high.
Right, but yes.
If you say it was a poker game, a bust, yeah, but you're X-ray fucking tables, contact lenses, marked cards. It was the whole, and they were using, like, the game was, you got to come play with the NBA guys. That was the lure to get the suckers to come in.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to get jammed up in something to make a guy say, okay, I'll do this.
And it leads to all these questions, again, Chauncey Billups, the coach of the Portland Trailblazers, hasn't been doing well, right, as a head coach, with games being thrown or something like that. Do you know that the guy who took over for Chauncey Billups is a co-owner with Luciano Cigars, who's the assistant coach that took over Thiago Splitter?
Thiago Splitter.
So he actually is now the head coach who took, and I don't think Chauncey Billups will ever sniff the NBA again.
No.
This is going to be, the commissioner is going to have his hands full for the next couple of years. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah,
because they're going to try to completely now shed everything going on here with this.
The fuck, man,
crazy, absolutely crazy.
To the point where one of the players pulled himself or claiming an injury early out of the game, like he pulled himself because he knew that guys were betting his under for his points scored for that night.
Yeah, exactly. And you hear stuff all the time about the conspiracy theories about the NBA. Well, I was always saying it's conspiracy theories. Well, guess what? Now it's not.
Yeah.
When I moved to Florida, I knew a guy. His name was actually Cleaver. From that culture. And honestly, one of the smartest things he ever said to me was, I would never bet on anything that talks. And of course, you're always trying to disprove somebody's theories. So my first thing was, well, what about horse racing? Horses don't talk. He goes, jockeys.
They do.
He goes, jockeys fucking do.
I mean, the harness racing's big in New York, and that's always been the case. Yeah.
He goes, jockeys fucking talk.
Yep.
I tell you what, though.
Alex, I think you're muted.
When we were up in Philly, I did stop at Holt's. I called Anthony. They close early on a fucking Sunday.
Called Anthony who?
Renzulli.
Maz.
Yeah. Oh, Renzulli. Oh, Twin Shop closes.
Yeah.
Oh, Twins.
I was going to say, you called Anthony about Holtz. That was a fucking mistake.
No. I wanted to go to his shop first.
Deep-rooted bed.
I know. I wanted to go to his shop first. He wasn't there.
Yeah, they closed. Or Sunday, he closed like 3. I expect there's no Eagles or something. He's closed.
Yeah, well, there was an Eagles game, but they would have. I didn't want to hold them up. I knew if we showed up, like, I wanted to hang out. They'd all want to get the fuck out of there. So we ended up going to Holt's, hanging out there. Nice crowd. Watched the Philly game. Fucking exciting game. And I'm telling you, I'm in the shop the whole time.
You were upstairs.
No, the bar wasn't open till like 4 or 5.
Oh, you went to the one in Center City. Yeah,
and small little place, but we managed to get
downstairs.
seats.
I used to go to Northeast.
We're watching the game. We're watching things. I'm like, I walked in this place completely incognito. Nobody said shit. It's great. And then for a few minutes, you start talking with the guys. Oh, that wasn't a fucking touchdown. Oh, that wasn't. And then finally, from the back, someone goes, "Nice to see that you're out, Abe." And I went, and he goes, "No, it's good to see you out. I'm Arthur. Hey, Arthur, nice to meet you, my friend." He goes, "Yeah, no wonder there was a best of KMA this morning." So we had a fan. We had a fan in Philly. We had a fan in Philly.
That's cool. Cool. That was pretty good. Just on the other subject, how do you feel about the mainstreaming of gambling? And listen, and I'm talking about two different subjects. I'm not talking about the legalization of gambling, which I don't have a problem with. I'm talking about, like, you can watch Sports Center and suddenly they're talking about betting lines. I still find it weird.
It's not just that, Alex. It's becoming just so easy now. So look, and it's going to affect everybody differently. But I've had a couple really close family members that really were ruined by gambling. So for me, it's
Yeah.
I see it a little differently. Growing up, if you wanted to gamble, you had to fucking go to Vegas, right? Not everybody's getting up and going to Vegas all the time, right?
Right.
Then
You
when I
wanted
grew
to
up,
bet on sports, you're dealing with seedy people.
right. Not everybody knew the local bookie, right? It wasn't
But
that
most
easy.
people didn't. Most people didn't. The access
Right, and
was
most people didn't know the
limited.
local.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Then they made riverboat casinos, so it became slightly more prevalent, right? So you had to go. And usually, it was the nearest one was a fucking hour ride plus, and you go to a riverboat. They had to be on the water. So once you got on this fucking boat, you couldn't fucking get off for 3 or 4 hours. You're stuck on it.
Right.
And now they got fucking slot machines in fucking diners and shit. So I really look at gambling. You might as well be a coke addict for a lot of these people. It's really I mean, I see lottery the same way. All right, I grew up running a lottery machine in my parents' grocery store, and I hated it. I had patrons that I loved that I began to despise, watching them just deteriorate their savings playing lottery. And I swore, when I left the grocery business, I would never fucking touch another lottery fucking machine again in my life. And there are a lot of cigar shops here, especially when we were a small shop, because it's a good revenue source, right? That have lottery machines in their shop. I would never fucking do it. I saw people, we would open the grocery store at 7 a.m. and people were waiting out there with pages of numbers already at 7 a.m. And in my mind, it's like, if you put that much effort in education, you could have been a doctor and a lawyer.
And the sad part is, Abe, if
They're
and
never
when they
winning
hit,
anything
because
major.
even when they hit, and it's the local hit, and they're still net negative on all the
This
years
is what
of
I'm
all
saying.
the fucking
So
money
this is what I'm saying.
they're still net negative.
This-
They're not
this is
playing Powerball. They're playing the local 4.
This is what I'm saying, and this is why the government's a piece of shit. So they come with their list. So they make these dream books. So they have a dream, they could see what it means in the numbers.
Play the number. I gotta play the number.
They come with these lists and they sit there and they play all this shit. And that's for the noon drawing. Then the fucking lot, because the drawing used to be only at 6 or 7 p.m. Then the lottery made a 2 times a day drawing, a noon drawing and a fucking 6 p.m. drawing. They would come and play for the noon drawing, and then we would see them again at 3 or 4 o'clock. And they're not playing fucking lottery, Mega Millions or shit like that. They're playing the fucking.
No, they're playing the local 4.
Pick three.
That even if they hit, like they still come out net negative from.
If they win 20 grand, they're fucking still
net
way in the
negative.
hole.
That's what I'm saying. They've been 40, 50 years at buying.
And then you have the scratch off fucking degenerates that will sit there hours and hours and hours and hours. So for me, gambling is just like drug dealing. You might as well fucking be peddling drugs to fucking people. So yeah, the mainstreaming, the normalization, and how readily they're making it now available anywhere. You can get, I mean, I grew up going to a diner. It was run by a bunch of Greeks. I heard they sold it a few years ago, but this was the diner. It was the pinnacle of what every Greek guy does. Opens a huge place. It was a diner. Open 24 fucking hours a day. And you go there anytime at 2, 3 in the morning. They're filled with people, right? And now they got slot machines in the front. I mean, it's insane. So yeah, I think gambling, but just like lottery, is just another fucking disease that society and our government is just pushes upon the people.
Gary made it perfect. He said it best. It's a tax on people who don't understand math.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. There's no upside. I mean, they've shown like the younger kids, I say kids, I'm gonna say under 30, how much they lose in gambling because it's on their phone. They can bet all the games right there. The access, there's no upside to having access to gambling this easily.
No.
Way
None.
too
Listen,
easily.
I know girls who bet just because they have an app. Oh, I signed up. I spent 60. They gave me a free 100. And like they don't get it. Oh, I lost $20, $30. Okay, well, that shit adds up, man.
Our friend who married my sister-in-law. That kid would bet on anything. He was betting on fucking Polish ping pong.
In fairness, it's like a second job for Scotty. Though Scotty is a research degenerate. It's actually,
but he is like the epitome of a degenerate gambler.
Oh yeah,
this guy, he's betting on virtual race horses.
Yes,
virtual. They're not even real horses.
Virtual.
Yes. No, yeah.
No, I'm very and don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I don't mind gambling. If I go to Vegas, I'll gamble a little. You know, I could tell you in all my times I've lived here, I've probably gambled at the Hard Rock 3 times. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't mind it. I'm a competitive guy, so for me, it's a form of competition. You know, I prefer poker over anything because for me, that's like real competition.
Same, yeah, against other people right there. Yeah,
Yeah,
Not
but
at tables.
I can gamble, and I think gambling is okay, but just like anything else, it's a disease, and it I've seen it fuck people's lives, like
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
completely.
no doubt.
Absolutely.
It's an addiction. It's an addiction.
No, it is. It is. It absolutely is. Yeah, man, it's tough.
Yeah.
You know, but the mainstreaming of it, it's just, it's almost, it's strange because it's like we went from totally taboo to balls to the wall. Now, like I said, I can get the hot pick on watching Sports Center. On, you know, what's the Daily Kings bet line? You know, we went from totally taboo to totally everybody in. And yeah, I just don't think it's the access is.
You know, it's almost depressing because, and I try to wake my kids' eyes up every time I see something like this, but everything is geared to impoverish people. And when I say everything, I even mean like game apps. I've seen people spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on game apps, and you know they can't afford it.
No,
and it's a game. You're not getting nothing out of it. I mean, if you got tons of money and it's like buying a cheeseburger for someone else, that's one thing. But you know, everything is just meant.
It's all great. Yeah, it's all
my favorite.
I was gonna say I went to buy a car and I was paying cash for the car, and he's like, "Well, we have 7 and 8 year financing. If you're financing a car for 7 or 8 years, you shouldn't be buying that car."
Right.
I'm just saying you need to find something that you look. You want to finance a car for 3 years? I got it. Like you have a better shot there, is how it advertised. If you're financing a car for 7 to 8 years,
they used to not even offer that, Fred. The fucking cap was 5.
I know, right?
Sure.
60 months was like when I started
when
here.
We were young, it was 4 years. Was tops.
Right. I 72.
You have $500. You have $500 in your savings account. You can't afford anything. Oh, here, get a $1,200 new iPhone. We'll only take $25 a month on your phone bill.
Right.
Everything is designed to listen. It's literally one of the reasons. One of Alex's idea, and you know, from a business standpoint, good idea. He came to me once. He says, "Hey, man, you know." These other websites, they got that, you know, buy now, pay later, you know, or buy. You know, we should add that to our site. I'm like, fuck no, man. If somebody can't afford to buy cigarettes, the last thing I want to do is fucking fuel the fucking fucking the poverty of fucking people who are shopping on my site. I'm not. I got a conscience that would bother fucking me doing that for a fucking living, you know. The whole world is designed for fucking people to be impoverished, and it bothers me.
There was this video. It was a short. It was a couple years back. I remember, but it was this guy and his wife or whoever, mom, is talking to him, and he literally just spent like $1,200 on the phone app, on a fucking game. And she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? $1,200? Do you think it's normal? Do you think other people are spending $1,200?" And it was funny, but he literally gave the perfect answer, and it's the truth. And he turned around and he said, "Well, if they're trying to fucking catch them all, they are. I'm trying to catch them all." But it's the total truth. And he was playing Pokemon Go. If you want to catch them all, it's probably going to cost you about $1,200 in paying in-game shit if you actually want to really get the total, because that's how they are designed to just suck your blood, suck you out in $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 transactions.
Alex knows because I was playing this game, Marvel Contest of Champions, for probably a year and a half.
A job.
Yeah, probably for like a year and a half. And I'm telling you, there were guys spending thousands a month. And the problem is when you get in those games, if you don't spend that kind of money, you can't compete.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It was funny, but the guy was true. If you want to catch them all, I'm spending $1,200.
Yeah.
Right.
And there are guys spending thousands and thousands a month. This that bothers me about society. Because literally, and you know what? And what's even worse is nowhere in schooling are they teaching these kids anything about finance, how to handle
no,
how to protect their credit scores. These kids are coming out of school not knowing shit about that. They go 18 years old. They go to college. What's the first thing they see? Fucking 20 stands of people ready to give them credit cards, and they have no idea. I was that guy. I ran up my credit card $2,000.
I did too.
First semester,
Like,
my dad went. My dad, a guy who probably never paid interest in his life or avoided every opportunity could, had a fucking nuclear stroke on me.
You know, one of the things that with raising my daughter, there were a couple. You know, there's a point where you're their friend, and then as they get older, you're like, okay, I got to prepare them for life. And one thing we did with my daughter that I thought was a really good thing is I was lucky. My daughter didn't want a lot. She was not needed to have the fashion. She didn't care about chasing all that stuff. But she would be somewhere and she's like, hey, I'd really like to have this whatever, and it's like $50. And it didn't matter because we had made money by then. But I'd say, you know what? Let me talk to your mom and see how we're going to pay for it. And if she asked Tracy that, she would say the same thing. Let me talk to your dad and see how we're going to pay for it. That we didn't teach her all about numbers and finance and all that. So we stuck with that one. It's like Inception. We just stuck with that one simple sentence. And then when she got older, whatever she wanted to buy, and she manages her money great. She always thinks, if I'm going to buy something, how am I going to pay for it? And that little simple thought is what really, I think, made her good without having to go into all the other stuff. Look, the two things they don't teach you in school are love, are relationships and money. And they're the two biggest things in your life. And they don't prepare. Nobody prepares them for any of that.
Why does Fred?
Oh, and I got balloons now because I think I forget. If you do this by mistake, it's like
That's funny. No, listen, all the time. Like my daughter, hey, we drop her off somewhere. She's got to pick something up. I give her $100. She comes back out when she gives me the change. I said, "How much was it?" And she knows now. She'll because like they'll go buy something. How much was it? I don't know. Why the fuck do you not know? You just bought it. I know what I pay for fucking everything. So yeah, it's hard. Especially got kids growing up today because man, it's so intangible. Everything's intangible to them without any real tangibilities. Money's like something that's just it's magically there. So I'm really proud of my daughter. She hustles, man. My daughter works. Petra, performs at the shop. She tutors 2 kids on violin. She babysits in the neighborhood. She really has a great head on her shoulders about money.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know who this is on YouTube, but the answer is nothing.
No, that's the same thing.
Same thing.
No difference.
In fact, that's just as rigged. That's just as rigged as half the sports half the time.
Yeah, that's just Yep.
Absolutely nothing.
So I want to say one thing on staying on the theft stuff. The $8.8 million worth of jewels that were taken from the Louvre in 8 minutes during the day. Ladder up to the second window, dressed as construction workers, in and out of there in 8 minutes. They were only in the Louvre for 4 minutes. But what cracked me up was the French police saying the thieves left behind helmets, gloves, DNA, fingerprints. They think they're looking for a construction worker, a policeman, someone wearing a helmet. And I'm like, you're looking for the village people. You're looking for the village people. A policeman, a construction worker. You're looking for the village. And we got it under control. I don't know what that is in French. Maybe they just basically go, hey, we're going on break. We opened a bottle of wine. We're figuring it out. But, I mean, bold move right in the middle of the day.
In the middle of the day is what really makes it like in the middle of the day. I guess it's like, hey, why bypass alarms when we could just do it in the middle of the day?
Yeah, I mean, they're dressed as a construction crew. They came in, they took a construction dolly, they went down there, and I haven't seen the French jewels. I've seen the ones in England, and then they're in cases. There's a guard in there. Apparently French are just like, I guess you're on your own best of behavior. Go down there, here's a charcuterie board, and go look at the jewels and come back out when you're done.
Yeah, I guess so.
We have signs that say "Do not steal."
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah.
Oh, I just realized. I guess this is just a day full of crime. We got one more, Abe. We got one. But what's up? What was this Habanos guy?
Oh yeah, Altidus. I thought maybe it was gonna be a Coop story. I
don't. Well,
wait, what's this one? I don't know this one.
There's some things that aren't clear for me still on this, which is why I haven't reported on it.
No rumors. No rumors. I respect.
No, well, I don't know. I have no proof that the guy is connected to Habanos. He's not connected to Altidus.
From what I read, if I can recall correctly, because I skimmed through it in the middle of the day, they found out through shell companies that he owns part of the company that acquired Altadis USA.
That's what allegedly.
Or Imperial Tobacco, which owns Altadis USA.
Just to tie it in, Fred.
Which
Apparently, this
owns
guy is
50%
currently
of Habanos USA.
he's currently an international fugitive and for like a $14 billion Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So acquiring
the place that
Imperial,
wrote that article is a legit site. I'll say that.
Acquiring Imperial Tobacco, I can't remember the number, but I think it was like hundreds of billions, right? It was like some retarded fucking
It was
number.
hundreds of millions, not billions. No, yeah, it wasn't a billion.
It was in the billions. Listen, JR Cigars was like hundreds.
The premium cigar business is not $1 billion business. I will tell you that.
No, but Cooper, they acquired Imperial.
They didn't acquire Imperial. They didn't acquire
Imperial. The cigarettes, the mass market.
No, they didn't. Imperial divested the handmade premium division. That's what they did. They didn't acquire that. Imperial still has the mass market piece. And what happened is, and Fred and I were down at the factory. We know Tobacco de Garcia. They had to basically do a new Tabacalera de Garcia to basically focus on hand rolled cigars away from the machine made stuff. So that's what happened. They divested that piece. That's why it's not. They didn't acquire Imperial.
Let me see.
Premium cigar business, $1.3 billion.
Okay, like I said, it wasn't. That would be for the premium cigars for both.
Did you bet $1 on that? Did you bet $1 on that?
No, we didn't bet $1 on it. But I knew it wasn't hundreds of billions. I mean, it wasn't that big.
Chen Z is on the run. Habanos SA shareholder. If convicted, he is Cambodian businessman accused of running a massive network of so-called pig butchering scams, which involves gaining the trust of individuals via emails, and then manipulating them to invest into fake cryptocurrency investments or directly transferring money to them. He's not been arrested and is wanted and is therefore on the run, according to the U.S. Good luck finding him in China. If convicted, he faces up to 40 years in prison. U.S. authorities has already seized $15 billion in crypto.
In case you run into that man.
All right, stay on the lookout.
Yeah, be on the lookout. Kind of looks like Ding Li Ren.
How's news looking for this week?
Busy week.
Busy week. Well, if it's a busy week,
we may not get through all of it, but we'll try to see.
Yeah, we will. If it's a busy week, let's get started.
Started the hot stuff.
It's time to find out what's the scoop with Coop.
Hey, yo, what's my theme music?
The Scoop with Coop. Breaking industry news. Hear it first on KMA Talk Radio and cigar-coop.com.
Floor is yours, Coop.
Let's start with Nicaragua. So on Monday, the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative, they call it the USTR, recommended that the Trump administration consider a 100% tariff on goods from Nicaragua, which would include premium cigars. And the reason for this is the USTR late last year under the Biden administration started launching an investigation into violations of labor rights, human rights, fundamental freedoms in Nicaragua. And they have basically said, yeah, we found violations here. And because there are violations, we are recommending to the administration that they impose a 100% tariff. Now, they're able to do this because there's a Trade Act of 1974, and there's something called Section 301 in there that basically allows them to take such actions. It's in a way, it's kind of like a step towards an embargo if you think about it, right? But they're not recommending an embargo. They're recommending this 100% tariff here. And this is a huge story right now. This is on, by the way, this is on top of the 18% tariff in Nicaragua. This is a separate thing. It's not related to the economic tariffs that are going through the Supreme Court. This is a separate issue right now. It is a very delicate issue going on right now here because obviously the things involved here right now and what the consequences are. I would not expect this is going to happen this year. What's happened is it's going to public comment right now, and we could talk about that as well, where people are going to have a chance to comment on why they shouldn't have these tariffs. and then they're going to evaluate the comments if they evaluate the comments, and that's always an if. And something will be recommended, I'm sure, on this next year. What that it may not be 100% tariff, I don't know, but it is definitely a major crisis the industry is facing right now.
Here's a good question, Coop, from Jeremy.
It's a different government. This is dealing. It's a different government in Nicaragua. I've been to all three countries, and I can tell you, we have to be the most careful when we go into Nicaragua. It's just we have to really stay in our lane.
What he's asking is, because I've been to factories in all countries, and I didn't see any, like.
This is not factory. This is
not about cigars and cigar factories.
This is about conditions in the country we're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's what this is all about. Cigars are one part, but they're going after anything out of Nicaragua with this right now. I don't necessarily think it's targeting cigars on this.
No.
They're just in the crossfire.
It's one of the exports that really affects our industry. But there's coffee, there's meat, there's other things that come out of Nicaragua right now.
I know a couple companies already thinking of relocating.
Okay, but here's the problem with that.
Honduras factory seemed like a good idea now, didn't it?
Well, this is not a new news. That's why you see companies have done this over the past few years.
It just seems to be never ending in fucking Nicaragua. It's not one thing; it's fucking another.
But here's the problem where it's not limited if they actually implement that. What there is a system in place in the government that. And it's to avoid skirting around a tariff. So let's say that they put Nicaraguan tobacco in a Dominican cigar. They could turn around and the government could say, hey, what percentage of Nicaraguan tobacco are you using in that Dominican cigar? Because we will be taxing that portion 100% because that's what we're doing on Nicaragua. Same thing if you move them into Honduras, if you use Nicaraguan tobacco, they go, hey, that's a product of Nicaragua that you're assembling in Honduras. But we have 100% tariff on anything coming out of Nicaragua, and they can bolt it onto there. So it's it's beyond the reaching of that. Right. And I have a separate question for Abe at some point on this too.
Yep. So the other thing, and what Fred's talking about, there's a free trade agreement. It's called the CAFTA-DR, which is the Dominican Republic Central American free trade agreement, and that's what Fred's talking about. This all falls under. It is going to go beyond Nicaragua, as Fred said, if this happens. It's a major issue. It's the biggest issue I think the industry's faced since S-chip.
Alex is on the edge of his seat.
Fred?
What's the question, Fred?
Okay. So here's what I'm curious about. So the tariffs that came in, the 10% DR, the 18% Nicaragua, some of the companies absorbed it, some haven't. We are predominantly in a keystone industry. Yep. Whatever the cigars is, it comes into Florida, comes into whatever port they use, you sell it to a retailer for X dollars. They typically double the price and it goes on the shelves, and that's how everything's taken care of. So S-chip comes on board, that gets doubled. At what point is it the retailer's responsibility or ability to help in the situation by not doubling a tax consequence? Because if let's just say worst case scenario, let's say it's at $3.50, and now it's a $7 cigar. The retailer doubling it again is doubling a tax scenario, not a cost of goods scenario. But you can argue that it's a cost. At what point did they have to go, look, we got to line some of this out?
Let me reverse engineer this for you as how every business does, right? It doesn't matter the math, because at the end of the day, if you're running a business, you know the margin that you need to make to operate.
Right.
It doesn't matter where my money gets spent. I don't give a fuck if it's a tax or whatever.
Right.
To cover my employees, to cover my rent, to cover 100%. Salaries, to cover that. This is the margin that I need to operate on. So it's all about margin. So I would just put that margin on the cigar, even if I didn't double the tax, because you have to operate on a margin. You start lowering your margins, and you got to start cutting back. Quality of staff, hours you're open because you don't want to pay. So it's a margin, that listen to me, that whole argument, your argument right there is
I'm not
bullshit.
arguing. I'm just
saying with that argument, I didn't say you made it. It's been around since S-chip. Okay.
Right.
That was some bullshit gaslighting by manufacturers back in the day, trying to because they don't want to raise their prices, right?
Right.
They want to keep their retail number into the consumer sweet spot who enjoy the brand, right? So they tried to convince retailers that, hey, this shouldn't be part of your cost because it's a tax, so you just put it on the tax. Okay, great. But I need my margin. So I could just put my margin on your cigar, add the tax, but I got to compensate, so I'm making that same margin.
Yeah,
right.
I think too.
But your margin gets greater if you're doubling. If you have a substantial tax going in, if you talk about like 100% tax, your margin got greater.
You operate on the margin of what the revenue coming in is, because from that revenue, whatever it is, if it's $10 or $12 or $15, right? And I'm not a mathematician, and I'll tell you right now, I'm not the most savvy businessman. I'm not college.
Oh, you're fine. You're doing all right.
I mean, when it comes to economics and shit, right?
Right.
So. But what I could tell you is this: if I bring in $20 to the register, right? No matter how I got the $20,
right?
I know 3% goes to the credit card fee. This goes to this. This goes to this. This goes to this. So I know.
That's what I was going to say. That's an important perception too, because I think a lot of people, you hear it, you say, you buy a cigar for $5 and sell it for $10. That don't mean you make $5. That's a lot. I know. We know that, but the thought of people say, you buy it for $5, you sell, you fuck.
No,
that don't mean you made $5. You didn't make $5 because you bought it for 10 and sold it for $5 and sold it for 10. There's a lot more that's coming out of that 5.
100%.
And I'll tell you, and I'll tell you another thing, which we've never factored in. I think 99% of the retailers don't factor in this, but especially now these days, man, it's actually, if people knew, it's actually absurd, is we don't factor shipping as part of the cost. Shipping is just another line item on the thing.
Right. So, some do. A lot do, though. A lot do.
They really? Well, we just never did back in the day because we followed the price sheets, and the price sheets don't factor in shipping,
right?
MSRP, whatever. So there's another 2-3%. Some companies charge 5% flat rates. I mean, we even try to lower that by using our own UPS number and not letting them.
Right. Yeah.
There's so much taken out that we operate on margin. I know when $20 comes in, I need this percentage of profit, regardless of how I came to that number.
Right.
This is what that $20 or that $10, this is how much margin I need. Otherwise, our game plan has to be restructured. We have to cut corners somewhere, got to buy cheaper coffee for the people in the shop, getting coffee. I mean, but that's what you do as a company.
Right.
And I got news for you people. This is why the food industry, especially the fast food industry, right? You can still buy, the 99-cent menu and shit like that, because they cut every fucking corner and start using chemicals instead of real food.
Right.
Because that's what you do as a company. If you don't want to raise your price, you got to fucking cut the corners. And that's just the reality of it. So I can't tell you what the right method is and whatever, or the burden, what point a retailer should start, eating the tax or whatever. But what I can tell you is what I do know, that if I bring in $10 to the register, I need a margin.
Right. But I'm not saying the retailer. I'm not saying the retailer eating the tax. I'm saying not doubling the tax.
But to show me, show me how mathematically that makes a difference, because I'm working on margin, right? So if I'm selling a $10 cigar, which by the way, is by box now, it's an $8 cigar. So much. By the time you figure a 10% discount, a 15% box discount, whatever,
right?
It's got to be margin. So, I mean, how I got to that number, but all I know is $10, I got to clear $2. If I got $10 cigar, $10 in my register, $2.85 has got to be cleared. Otherwise, I got to revamp how I'm doing my business.
Right.
Whether I keystone a tax, whether I, it's a cost of good at the end of the day.
It is.
It's a cost of good at the end of the day. It's not like a sales tax. Sales tax is not tying up my money. I don't have to give it out or whatever. I collect it, I give it. Simple. That's why you don't gotta, nobody mark up that. I collect it, I give it. But every time I buy product, that's decreases the cash flow of the company. ties up money from the company, especially better than anybody. 80% of the business is only made on 20% of my products.
Right.
The other 80% trickles in, trickles out. It's a lot. So I don't know really the answer to your question. All I can just tell you mathematically is how I run my business. I know if there's $10 going in the till, like $2.85, we need to clear. Otherwise, we're in trouble.
All right, Coop, what else you got?
Okay, another story. Let's go over to
big props to Matt Briggs Jr., who is in the Navy now. Worked in our warehouse. He is on. Worked in our warehouse. Worked in our stores.
Yeah.
Many years in the warehouse. He left for the Navy earlier this year. Completed basic training. I believe he's stationed in Pensacola, watching KMA Talk Radio. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, nice.
Hope you're doing
That's
well,
awesome.
Junior.
That's awesome.
Good to see him on. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt anybody. I was just very shocked to see Junior on the podcast.
Yeah, I see him on there now. That's awesome.
Yep. Last weekend, Casa Fuente shut its doors on Sunday in Las Vegas. So 20-year run came to an end. This was known news that they were shutting down, not renewing the lease. What really I think tied into that, was the big thing is about a couple years ago. That's the inside of Casa Fuente. On the outside,
stop letting smoke outside, right?
Yeah, the patio area stopped the smoking outside, and ultimately they decided not to renew the lease. They've opted, I guess, not to relocate somewhere else. So there may be other reasons that, there's got to be more reasons why they didn't relocate a place like this, is what I'll say. But yeah, they have shut the doors. So there's no plans that we've heard of, at least for another Casa Fuente opening, although I've heard the door's not shut either. So, but obviously nothing's happening. There will be no more Fuente in Vegas for the time being. Or no more Casa Fuente in Vegas for the time being.
Too bad. That was
do you think all the other cigar shop? Do you think all the other cigar shops? Because look, here's the problem: when you're first, you do it great, but then you open up 8, you open up this. Now you got a lot of really bigger, nicer, well thought out places.
Well,
do you think it had a big impact on that?
I think it did, and I think the Fryboy Tobacco who ran that for the Fuentes, they opened up 2 Monte Cristo lounges, one on the other end of Caesars inside the casino. One at Paris. They have Cigar Box, which is off the strip. Cigar Box is one of my favorite places in Vegas.
Great place.
Great place. If you haven't gone to Cigar Box, go there. But Fuente had a lure. This was a lure. This was an absolute destination for cigar people. It was the cigar destination in Vegas. How many times have we all gone and gotten together there?
It was the first stop. It was first stop at PCA. Come in a couple days earlier, go there, have a mojito, have a cigar. It was definitely.
We would get in early to go get the limited cigars. Is why we would go there. But like our team would get in for that reason.
Let's be honest. The lounges, obviously, Monte Cristo Lounge, right on the other side of the Caesars Mall there. But let's be honest. You have a smoking environment in the middle, at the end of a mall. The fact that it was able to stay there that long just amazes me, even in Vegas.
Yeah,
it's sad. It's sad though.
Yeah, it's sad. It was a huge story on Coop. Actually, the numbers the numbers were big, even though everyone knew it was closing. It wasn't it came out earlier this year. I think Matt Tobacco was actually the guy who was in there and found out it was closing officially, and he actually put something out there. He had a statement from the people running it that it was closing. So. We knew this was happening, and it's sad. I keep saying it's getting harder and harder to smoke in Vegas every year.
There's a lot of lounges there now.
There are. We really fell in love with Cigar Box a couple years ago, and that's been our place now.
You've got a nice one in the Paris Hotel now. You've got the Monte Cristo Lounge. You have more options now than you did 6 years ago.
8 is interesting. 8 is the closest thing to sort of like a Dubai lounge, is what I tell people.
It's a nightclub. 8 is a nightclub.
It is a night, but it's more of a nightclub, is what I'll say, as opposed to a cigar lounge. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can smoke there. But I've gone to a couple of times there. I went to CLE, did a party there one year. It was great.
Yeah.
But it is now closed.
What else you got, Coop?
So we got some cigar news of releases. Crowned Heads got the Belgian Blue coming back this year. That was a limited. That was a big hit, I think, for them last year. This was when they released Belgian Blue last year. Those cigars went pretty fast. They went fast. Basically, this year's version is a 5.5 by 56 Vitola, which is different from the 6 by 54. So this is if you're interested in wrapper binder filler, it's Mexican San Andreas, Ecuadorian binder, Nicaraguan Dominican filler, and this should be hitting the stores next month.
I like that size. That's a great size for that.
It's a great size. I thought this was a good cigar too, by the way. I enjoyed this cigar. The Belgian Blue, if you're interested, it is a type of cattle from Belgium, and they're known for their strength and their muscular physique. And this is designed to be a bolder crown head cigar. I've smoked it. I wouldn't say it's going to knock you on your butt, but it's stronger than your typical crown head cigars.
One thing I say about crown heads, man, if it's a limited edition and it sells well, it's coming back.
This one really, like I said, this one I had a little trouble getting these cigars last year. Normally I could get the crown head cigars.
Yeah, they flew quick.
I actually found them in New Orleans this year. Yeah, so they flew pretty quick. So if you're a crown heads fan, that is really cool. Plasencia, we're getting into Chinese New Year season, so you can start to see all the Chinese New Year cigars come out. So Plasencia announced theirs. It is actually, they've been floating this around for a few weeks to retailers, so it's not, but the pictures came out this week of it. It is called El Año del Caballo, which is Year of the Horse. What's really cool is you can see they have this braided pigtail that's on the cigar. That's actually it's
like a mane.
Like a mane, yeah. It's actually a mane.
Wow.
That's a 7 by 58, and they say that they actually have to use a trio to make this cigar, not a pair. So there's someone who bunches the cigar, there's someone who rolls the wrapper on it, and then there's this third person that puts the braided pigtail on. And the braided pigtail, you can see it's not quite at the top of the cap, but it's kind of along the side of it.
It looks, let's be real, bro. It looks like a monk. It looks like a little monk, with the braided ponytail, bald head. It looks like a monk. Are we giving Justin Andrews credit? Didn't they do that? What was that? The Fu Manchu or something? Didn't they?
I don't know, man. I'm over the year of. It's like there's too many of them.
Fred,
now.
you didn't let me finish my comment. I'm saying, is it me? Or are we over the year of?
Yeah.
Zodiac cigars. I'm done. I'm over it.
Well, I mean, Davidoff Starbucks was the one who really started it, and they're still going.
I was okay with that. I was okay with some, Davidoff having so and I actually thought EP Carrillo. I thought it was really cool how he did the entire Zodiac in one thing. But it's just everybody's got one now, and I just don't even know if it's a good cigar. It's like I can't chase all of them. There's too many of them.
Well, it's only $59. It's only $59, by the way. So
I feel 90% of them are just mailing it in and throwing a fucking.
Only $59.
$59 a stick.
$59 a cigar. Yep. And I will say this, like
only the
good call, Alex. Yeah,
Alex, this one wasn't even on my radar.
Alex, good call. Man. Justin's gonna be pissed.
Everybody who's watching right now, tag Justin Andrews right now.
Say, call him a genius.
Wow,
call him a genius.
I want to see him. I do want to see him roll that. I'm very curious how.
I would have liked to see him do a video of them putting this cigar together. I
want to see how they do it because they must do the cap afterwards.
They do, right?
My bet is they have strands of tobacco cut in advance before they put the cap on. They take the strands at the top of where the wrapper leaf ends, where and they braid it, and then they cap the cigar.
So they have strands. So when they have the binder and they have the wrapper on, there's strands left over. It's not like the tail is not a separate piece put on there.
I'm guessing that's a separate piece completely.
I think but
no, it is. It's separately put on. It's separately put on.
No, that's what the third person's for. They got somebody who cuts strips of wrapper.
Right.
Like hair. Like you ever seen somebody braid hair, and they just take it. And here's my mic. They take it. They take the things around the top of the cigar, and then someone sits there and braids.
So if you just tug on it, it's coming off.
Tell us you have black children without telling us you have black children.
Great fucking.
I will say Plasencia has tried to get creative with their year releases. Like last year, they did the Calabra, which is the snake. So they actually included a Calabra in with their year of the snake, which I thought.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I think they're trying to give I'll give them credit. It's not just hey, we're gonna create the year of the snake and just.
I'm gonna come out. With
That's fair.
I'm gonna come out with a new series called The Year of. It's gonna be the year of 2026. Then next year we'll make the year of 2027. The year of 2028.
Crazy.
Not to make it all about Saka, but I liked what Saka did with that Year of the Duke this year. That's a great,
Everybody does.
What a great cigar that was too, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought it was a cool idea. And Chris Duke, who's he's a guy who volunteers to work for Steve Saka every year, and he just decided to create a cigar in tribute to this guy.
Let me tell you something. And
Yeah.
you know, I really, when I say I really hate tooting his horn, but I know he doesn't fucking watch my show, so I could do it now. I have 2 meetings a year with him. I mean, not just random phone calls or whatever, but like we schedule it. It's on the calendar.
Right.
Had one this week. It was 2 hours and 48 minutes of a meeting.
That was
where
short.
we just go over our plans. And I'm going to tell you something. You know, everybody talks about, oh, it's a good cigar. It's a good cigar. He's a psychopath. I'm not bullshitting you. He is an absolute psychopath. I've never worked with anybody who's just. You don't get mad because you know it's in good cause, but it's nuts. What year did Wagashi come out, Alex? Was that 3 years ago? When we dropped
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
This would be 3 now.
Yeah, this would be 3.
It was 2023.
I'm going almost 2
that
years.
Are you positive 2023?
I'm positive.
I don't know, because we had Wagashi, which was the first one, right? Then we had the Emerald, the MQ2, and now the Emerald Fish. That's 3 releases. So the last Red Meat Lovers Club that was ours.
No, you're right. I think it's 2020. I think 2023 is when it was announced. April 17th, 2023. It came out later that year.
Okay, so it came out in 2023. So 2022, I think, was the last year we had, or maybe even 2020. Yeah, 2022 was the last year that we had Red Meat Lovers Club before it went national. And the whole plan was he was working on this brand called Kildathon for us. And that was supposed to come out the year Wagashi came out. Then we pushed it back because he wasn't happy with the blends. It was supposed to come out the year MQ2. Wagashi was a fill for Red Meat Lovers Club, not having our store exclusive. MQ2 was a fill. Emerald Fish was a fucking fill. And I got 3 different versions of this cigar blended in my humidor with, you know, the handwriting labels. And I'll be honest with you, I would have enjoyed the first one. I mean, I enjoyed them all, but like he sent me the first one, like, oh, this is good. I enjoy this. And all of a sudden, no, I'm not happy with it. This is why
That's Steve.
This is why a guy like him bangs out stuff every time, and people are always flabbergasted high, because that's literally, I'm not making this shit up. It's psychopathic. Like, I mean, I swear to God, he sent me the first batch. I still got a couple, Alex. I'll give you one in my thing. I'm like, oh man, this is good. I like it. It's right up my alley. And this is what we were intended to launch. And literally like a month later, no, not happy with it.
That's Steve.
Yeah.
Tentatively, 2026 might be the year.
Emerald Fish was great, by the way. The Mi Querida Green.
Yep, they'll be dropping soon.
That is if you're a Mi Querida Blue fan too, I think you're really gonna like Emerald Fish.
Anybody who's who paid a deposit, they will be up probably at the end of the first week of November. So look for an email. Look when you log into your account. Look for a notification. Yep. Pay your balance. We'll ship them out right away. So
it's a great cigar. Really good cigar. Yeah.
Anything else, Coop?
Just a couple of things. There were a couple of Daniel Marshall releases that dropped this week.
Who?
Daniel Marshall.
Who?
Come on, Abe.
Let me tell you something. I like Daniel a lot, and he makes good cigars. In fact, one of the things when you open up a warehouse, you look and you say, "Oh, I'm going to bring in some new lines." We bought in his lines. And it's a shame. People didn't buy them.
They're really good cigars. I know.
Well, wait a minute, Abe. In fairness, I think we're still waiting for an initial order on certain lines.
We got the reds in. We ordered the reds and the black. Blacks never made.
The one day release was amazing.
Initial order of whatever.
Alex with the memory, not letting nothing fucking go.
Yeah. We ain't gonna put it on all our guys. Didn't have it all to buy either.
Yeah, but the Fuente release was fantastic. He did, by the way, the one he did with Carlito. But there's 2. There's a Terminator endoskeleton jar, which is I think his first jar he's actually done. There it is. That comes with the red label Churchills in there. It says it fits 30 in there. I'm a little skeptical if you can fit 30 cigars in there.
How big is that thing? Fits 30 cigars?
Yeah, I was a little skeptical of that. But they also put one of those 24 karat gold cigars in there too, which has the actual gold gold on for the wrapper. And
Okay.
then there's also he did a U.S. Capitol humidor as well, which is more limited, and that's going to contain the Fuente cigars in there. And that's a pretty detailed model of the U.S. Capitol he did. And there's
Wow.
a dome. There's actually a dome, which it's not.
Yeah.
And the dome is where the cigars
Yeah.
are.
Didn't
Actually,
Altus
They're
do the
more-
Capitol building?
They did. In fact, Alan
They
reminded
did.
me.
They
Alan
did.
Alan reminded me of that. Yes.
Altus did the Capitol, the Lincoln Memorial. They did a couple of those.
Yep.
buildings.
He reminded
Yeah,
me. He was
yeah.
very quick. Good point on him. Yeah. I don't know
Actually,
how
the
long
guy-
they were in.
The guy who
you know,
designed all those humidors for Altus is a dear friend of mine, Andy Cosson.
Yeah, they did a nice job on those humidors too. So
I have one of his humidors right here. Abe?
Yeah, you got Andy
oh, wait,
Cosson.
Daniel Marshall. I have a Daniel Marshall humidor as well.
Yeah.
They are great. They are. You want to talk about set it and forget it. I put a Bovida in there. They last 18 months. Those Bovidas. I mean, they seal and unbelievable. So
Is that it,
That's-
Coop?
that's it.
All right. For more information, please visit our friend at cigar-coop.com. We're going to call it for the rest of the episodes. We're at an hour. I want to squeeze in a couple things really quick before the end of the show. Very important information. Great Smoke tickets, November 4th. Okay. There'll be a waiting system. I have a video. It's probably on the Great Smoke Facebook page. Check it out. It's a little video to explain the waiting room, how it's going to work this year. If everything goes well, as we hope, and it's not an utter fucking catastrophe, this will be the smoothest and easiest year ever. At noon Eastern Standard Time, you click buy tickets, and it's going to put you in a waiting room, let you know approximately how many times you have to wait. It's only going to let a certain number of people on the site at a time, so the site don't crash. It should be a lot smoother and solid for everybody. So watch that video if you haven't had a chance, okay? And we have new tickets this year. So you can go to smokein.com, type in The Great Smoke, and you'll see the Great Smoke 2026 tickets. We have tables for the Red Meat Lovers Club dinner, which we never had before, so that people who actually want to guarantee they can get 8 seats together can buy a table and be guaranteed their own round and they can sit with. And you have the option of buying your dinner ticket solo or just prepaying for the exclusive cigar for the new
I like that.
cigar. You don't have to wait in line during the dinner.
Right.
You can buy it and you will get it handed to you when you check in. The new spicy beef stick from the Red Meat Lovers Club line. So
Spicy
do a little homework, prep yourself, and hopefully it'll be a smoother time. November 4th.
Yeah, Michelle and Tom are already in the waiting room. So
Yeah, by the way, that's election day too, so you better go plan when you're gonna go vote, right? And is what I'll say.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
that being said, we have a very special guest next week. We're going to have Marty Cove on KMA Talk Radio.
Oh,
I
nice.
can't- My
He'll
mom
be
may probably
on the
tune in.
show talking about his newest cigar, Prodigal Son, which will drop the Friday after the show. We have Smoking has acquired a batch of the Prodigal Son cigars from Marty Cove.
nice.
They'll be doing a store event in Boynton Beach. We're going to have a couple Cobra Kai geese that we're going to have them sign, give away one in the store, give away one online. And, he'll be on. We'll talk about it more next week.
Yeah.
I think that pretty much covers all the bases of what we got coming up ahead. So thank you for joining us, Fred. Thank you for filling in as always. Love having you
Thank
on.
you, Fred.
Yeah, thanks.
And we hope we
I
entertained you.
want to say one thing. Next week, my interview with Abe will drop Wednesday, where we turn the tables and I interview Abe for an hour.
Yes,
So that's
he
on
did.
cigarpress.com, or just go to Not a Cigar Show on Spotify, iTunes, whatever. And turn the tables.
Make sure you send me that link so I can share it too. When
I will.
Everybody, hope you have a great weekend. And until next week, keep it lit.